Communication seems to be the easiest thing in the world. Well, actually, we just have to open our mouth and talk, right? Yet, there are some people that are incredible at it. They get their point across, they always get what they want, and we just can't stop listening to them. And there are other people that just suck at it. So in this video, I'm going to show you how emotional intelligent people communicate. Hey Lovebug, I'm Vivi. Welcome to Adventure World. My channel is all about guiding you to an exceptional relationship with yourself, with your partner, and to a higher and better quality of life due to emotional intelligence. So if this is something that you want to learn more about, consider subscribing and hit the little notification bell to get notified whenever I release a new video. So how do emotionally intelligent people communicate? Well, we all know how to not emotionally intelligent communicate, and that is when we get frustrated, angry, or super triggered, and we just start shouting and blaming the other person, and we start reacting and doing things that we know are not going to help us in the future. So this is definitely what we try to avoid by all means, by everything that's possible. Even though it can be difficult sometimes, controlling ourselves is the first thing that we should do. So how do we notice that we're getting into an emotionally unintelligent communication? A lot of time when we get anxious, we start our hands getting sweaty. We get a feeling either in our chest or in our stomach, and we have this feeling inside of us, and we even start to speak louder because we're trying to raise our voice to get our point across, because obviously this is going to help. If I'm going to shout at you, I'm more convincing and I'm probably more likely going to get what I want, right? This is not how it works. So the first thing that we should do is active listening. Really listening to what the other person has to say, trying to understand and not having our thoughts all over the place, trying to think about our next argument and how we're going to get our point across, because then our thoughts are not focused on what that person is trying to tell us. After listening, we should try to focus putting people at ease. It is really not about what we say or how we say it, but how we make people feel while we're saying something. So the better we can put people at ease, the better we can make people feel, the easier it is for us to bring our point across and to communicate emotionally intelligently and really get what we want. The better we are at communicating feelings and really getting behind the feeling and the emotion that makes us do or say something, the better the other person is going to understand what this whole thing is about. So if you're talking to someone, try to speak with your emotions. Tell them what you're feeling, what you're experiencing, what's happening for you, so they can really understand not only the facts or your point of view, but how it's making you feel. Because how something is making us feel is our own feeling. They cannot say, oh, this is not true. If we say, well, you did this and then I did that because of that, they can say, oh, no, that's not true. That's absolutely not true. But if you say, I feel angry, they cannot say, oh, that's not true. You're not angry. What do you mean you're angry? You're not angry. Of course, if you say you're angry and you mean it, right? There's nothing wrong about it. If the other person is struggling to communicate their feelings, ask them about it. What are you feeling? What are you experiencing? How did the situation make you feel? What did it trigger in you? Why are you feeling this way? What are you feeling? What are you experiencing? Where are you feeling the emotion in your body? There's a lot of questions that you can ask, but encourage them to speak in feelings so you can really understand what's going on for them. Giving people empathy, either we like them or we do not like them, has a big power, because empathy connects us, brings us closer to each other, and really helps us putting things at ease. And also the level that we communicate in changes when we really try to put ourselves in another person's shoes and really understand them. I have an amazing training on communication. It's linked in the comments below. Go check it out. It's a free training, how you can communicate more emotionally intelligently and improve your relationships. due to communication. So definitely check it out, it's an awesome training. It really doesn't help anyone if we're trying to hide criticism, if we're trying to speak through the flower, trying to hide certain like underlying messages. It's not gonna help anyone because most people will never get it. So communicating criticism clearly and stating what we want straightforward is the best thing that we can do. Because most people are never gonna guess or know or intuitively feel what you want, what you need. So just communicating it straightforward, straight out, being honest, even if it's criticism in a positive, non-offending way, is very, very powerful. Because communication most of the time goes completely wrong because we are communicating in the zigzag way, like, oh, you know, like I actually really like you, but there's just something about it, like I don't know if we can actually make it through, and maybe we should get it going for a little bit, but I'm not really sure. Just say, you know what, I don't want to be with you right now, I don't have time, but we can do it tomorrow. Just say straightforward what you want. It helps everyone. It's shorter, it's more effective. Everyone knows what the thing is, where they're at, and they don't have to second guess what's going on. It also really helps us if we do not judge the other person. Non-judgment is another huge thing for communicating emotionally intelligent. The better we are at non-judging, just really letting the person express themselves and not having our own opinion or view of the situation by already judging them, already putting them into a box and obviously knowing it all, having the perfect solution for them, the more we are actually opening ourselves up to really understand the person better, getting more insight, really being able to put ourselves in their shoes and gaining new insight, new insider information by learning more from them and really understanding where they're coming from. Also, judging is really holding us back and is not serving anyone. Most of the time we judge people because something in them triggers us that we have in ourselves, that we either need to work on, something that reminds us of something, that a suppressed emotion, something within it, something that we judge in other people is within ourselves. So just remember that. Also, most people react in a certain way to either protect themselves, to prevent themselves from getting hurt because they've learned it that way, or because they don't know any other way. So giving them love and compassion, not judging them, really helps us get at the same level and being able to really clearly, straightforward communicating. Who's your favorite communicator and why? Is it your partner, one of your friends, one of your parents? Let me know in the comments below who's your favorite communicator and why. For me, it's my dad because he's never ever offensive, he's never getting angry, and he always communicates really clearly what he wants and what he needs and what he expects. So let me know who's your favorite communicator. Whenever we have something that we want to say, don't just shut up and be angry with yourself or expect the other person to find out what's going on. State what you want in a non-offensive but straightforward way and try to find the best for both people. For example, say things like, I want you to be happy, but I want to be happy as well. Let's find an example. Your husband wants to go out with his friends to drink, and you're just like, again? You're going out with these guys like 4 times a week, and the one time that I want to go out with you, you want to go out with your friends. What's going on? The best way to communicate is, listen, love, I want you to be happy and have fun with your friends, but I also want to be happy in our relationship, and we haven't been together the last whole week. Do you think we can manage to be together today or any of the other days? Just find something positive for both parties, a win-win situation. I really believe the more win-win situations we can create, the better our relationships and our communication will be. Also, whenever you're experiencing an emotion, do not hold it back or suppress it because it's just gonna add up, turn into resentment, turn into anger, and then it just gets like a volcano. It becomes like a volcano where like all the stuff starts building up and then suddenly just erupts and explodes, which this is not really what we want, right? Also, holding back emotions, suppressing emotions has a lot of negative health benefits. There's another video about suppressing emotions which you should definitely watch, because when I learned this information it really blew my mind. I had no idea about all these things, so definitely give it a watch. And then the last tip for today, which I see happening in a lot of relationships. If you've talked through something, if you resolved an issue, an argument, a problem, and you apologize for it or you're done with it, don't bring it up again. It is not fair to bring up things that have happened three years ago and that actually have been resolved a long time ago, just to back up your arguments and make your statements stronger. You guys have worked through it, you've resolved it, so do not bring it up. Once something is resolved, bury it and do not bring it up. Once it is resolved, don't try to bring it back up. There's way more beautiful things in this world. It's really not necessary to do that. You're now more curious about emotional intelligence and how you can integrate all this more into your life. I have an amazing course that I'm running. It's linked in the description below if you want to know more about it. Reach out to me, let me know. I'd love to have you if this is a good fit. And yeah, like this video if you did, share it with your friends and family so they can learn how emotionally intelligent people communicate, because the more we all learn how to communicate in a really good way, the less conflicts, the less anger, the less bad things happening in the world, and the more we can focus on living a more quality life. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, consider subscribing, and I see you in the next video.